to the final episode in 2021 of Dr. MC's Self-Care Cabaret podcast. I'm Teresa Melito-Conners, a PhD-level self-care expert in the greater Boston area with a passion for helping others recognize the importance of caring for themselves. It is hard to believe that 2021 is coming to a close. It felt like it went by in the blink of an eye, but I do always enjoy welcoming in a new year. When I think back to 2021, I like to remember what went well. We tend to focus our energy on negative things in life or challenges we faced, but also try to remember what went well. See if you can focus your energy there instead. So I invite you to think about your year from this perspective. We are still in a global pandemic that has caused unfathomable hardships for some folks, while others have flourished. If all you did was survive in 2021, that's okay. If you didn't accomplish all that you wanted to get done, that's totally fine too. Let go of the rest and no judgment. Launching my podcast was a main goal that I achieved in 2021. I'm very proud of starting this endeavor and excited to see it grow. The planning began in the early months of 2021, and we officially launched in July. So far, we've released 15 bi-weekly episodes. This has allowed me to meet other experts, healers, and friends and learn about self-care from those perspectives. It has also allowed me to reconnect with folks from other areas of my life. It's been amazing. The show has almost 700 downloads to date, and it is being enjoyed in nearly 20 different countries and countless cities. That is so cool. I love sharing my expertise in this way and helping other folks take control of their health and well-being and find their spotlight. It is evident through the conversations on the podcast that self-care is critical and that it is best practiced as a preventative measure as opposed to grasping at it when we're feeling overwhelmed and stressed out. Self-care is really how you take your power back. It's imperative that you set those boundaries and do the work to take care of yourself. Self-care is not just fancy bath products and an occasional pedicure. When we practice authentic self-care, we lay the foundation of our lives. It is getting in touch with all the things that make you, you, so you can show up as the best version of yourself. A key thing to remember is that it can be small. You can make small tweaks, little shifts in your routines to practice more self-care. Over time, these small changes will have great impact. So often we try to take on too much. We want to do all the things, and we want the results immediately. It's just not realistic when it comes to self-care. We need to weave self-care into our lives in ways that make it sustainable. This is not just something else for the to-do list. So as 2021 comes to a close, be kind to yourself. Resist the temptation to dive into January with a dramatic new year, new me attitude. This tends to be unsustainable and leads to feelings of failure. Unsubscribe from businesses that tell you that you need a new you. This is a marketing ploy to keep you feeling bad about yourself and wasting money on things that will not bring you closer to your goals. You do not need a new you. You may need to prioritize your health and well-being and start putting your needs first, but that is not the same thing. Real self-care is getting into the nitty-gritty of how we feed ourselves, how we move our bodies, how we practice mindfulness, how we develop our self-awareness, how we like to self-soothe, how we rest, how we develop relationships, our environments, our worldviews, our boundaries, and more. This takes trial and error and an honest assessment of your strengths and weaknesses. This is not about changing yourself to be the perfect person, but to be the best version of you that you can be. So for 2022, I encourage you to set intentions, not resolutions. Resolutions are promise-based, whereas intentions are action or goal-based. Think about how you want to feel in 2022. Then grab a journal and write it out. Write it like you already have it, like you have already achieved it and more. No boundaries, dream big. How can you tune into your wants and needs, get to the root of them, and take action? Can you do one thing every day to make your tomorrow better? Can you do one thing every day to get you closer to your goals? Again, remember, small, baby steps, little tweaks in your routine ultimately lead to significant changes and accomplishments. When you practice authentic self-care in a foundational way, you can better care for others. So put your oxygen mask on first and get to work. I have so many plans for 2022, and I can't wait for you to hear what we've been working on. I have very exciting guests lined up to kick us off. In the meantime, if you haven't heard, I launched the Dr. MC swag shop recently on my website, drmcselfcare.com. You can purchase clothing items through my partnership with Sparkle Gear. You can also purchase other limited edition swag items, including keychains, pins, magnets, stickers, and my original pocket intermission bottle to promote mindfulness. You can do so by directly DMing me on social media or emailing me at podcast@drmcselfcare.com. Special thanks to my husband, who produces each episode and helps me with all the logistics of running a podcast and more. And to my mom, Anna Maria, who helps support all my endeavors, designs my gorgeous artwork, and is my #1 advisor. And of course, thank you to you, my listeners. This podcast would not be possible without you. So see you in 2022. Stay well and do good. And happy holidays and a happy new year.